Hey everyone, and welcome to Chinese Skill Unit 25. In this unit, we're going to learn some basic sentence structures used to express the purpose for going somewhere, as well as cover a few new verbs. So let's begin here by first looking at another 多音字, a character that has multiple pronunciations. Do you remember how to say or in Chinese? Like when choosing between A or B. 还是. Good. This character, pronounced 还, is an adverb, like in 还可以, which means it's okay but not perfect. As a verb, this character is pronounced 还 and means to return something. A common example of this would be returning books to the library. You can say 还书 to mean to return books. So let's do some practice here. How would you ask someone, would you like tea or coffee? 你要茶还是咖啡？你要茶还是咖啡？ Would you like tea or coffee? Good. And how would you say return books? 还书还书 to return books. Good job. So looking back at the sentence, I'm going to the library to return books. In Chinese, to express going to a place for a specific reason, we can use the following structure. 去 plus a place plus a purpose. For example, 我去图书馆还书. I'm going to the library to return books. 去 means to go, and 还书 to return books is the purpose. 买东西 in Chinese means to buy some stuff, commonly used as a purpose when going to the supermarket. So we can say 我去超市买东西。我去超市买东西. I'm going to the supermarket to buy some stuff. Another common verb phrase, 换钱, means to exchange money. And if you're in China and you need to exchange money for an upcoming trip, you may notice there aren't many privately owned businesses where you can exchange for foreign currency. The only place you can do this in China is usually at the bank, 银行. So how would you say, I'm going to the bank to exchange money? 我去银行换钱。我去银行换钱. I'm going to the bank to exchange money. Good job. Now I want to talk a little bit about the first time that I went to China. 我第一次去中国. At that time, back in 2013, the reason that I went to China was to travel, not to work or to study. In Chinese, the verb for to travel is 旅行. 旅行. And commonly used in the phrase 去 a place, 旅行. For example, 我去中国旅行. I'm going to China to travel. Or 我去日本旅行. I'm going to Japan to travel. The second time I went to China, in 2015, I had gotten a job offer and I went there to work. Using the verb 工作 for work, how would you say, I went to China to work? 我去中国工作。我去中国工作. I went to China to work. Notice here that verbs in Chinese do not conjugate when used in the past tense. Therefore, 我去中国工作 can mean I'm going to China to work as well as I went to China to work. So if you asked me why I went to China back in 2015, I could say, 当年我去中国工作. I went to China to work that year. I do want to mention here a little difference between 工作 to work and 出差, which means to go on a business trip. Let's imagine your company has just told you they need you to go to China to meet with a few clients. We can express this by saying, 我去中国出差. I'm going to China for a business trip. If you said, 我去中国工作, I'm going to China to work. This means you are changing your work location to China and will be staying there for an extended period of time, usually about a year. Whereas 出差 for a business trip is usually just for short durations of time and typically means you'll be back soon. So let's imagine you're working in China and you have to take a business trip to Japan. How would you express, I'm going to Japan on a business trip? 我去日本出差. 我去日本出差. I'm going to Japan on business. Good. Now, if you're working in China, but your job is actually moving to Japan, or you found a new job that you are switching to that's in Japan, how would you say, I'm going to work in Japan? 我去日本工作. 我去日本工作. I'm going to Japan to work. Good job. Lastly, I want to expand a little bit here on the word 不. 不 means no or not, and can also be used as a negative answer to a yes or no question. Imagine your friend just told you they're planning on going to China, and you ask them, 你去中国工作吗? Are you going to China to work? If your friend is actually going to China to study, they could respond like this. 你去中国工作吗? 不，我去中国留学. 你去中国工作吗? 不，我去中国留学. Are you going to China to work? No, I'm going to China to study. So if I asked you, 你去图书馆看书吗? Are you going to the library to read? How could you respond? No, I'm going to the library to return books. 不，我去图书馆还书. One more time. I'll ask the same question, respond negatively using 不, and tell me you're going to return books. 你去图书馆看书吗? 不，我去图书馆还书. Are you going to the library to read? No, I'm going to the library to return books. Bye bye.